Alright, hopefully that fixed it. Don't think I'll be able to loot. I didn't. Okay, buddy?
Welcome to Goreheart. What do you need today? Come see me again.
I don't think I will.
Care to toss some dice?
Always open for business when the road is your marketplace. Are you looking to buy items? Always looking to make.
Did it actually take you right to your house or down the hill?
We've expanded the facilities as much as we can, I'm afraid. But look at how far it's come. It's quite a sight, eh? Truly a marvel of modern architecture, if I do say so myself. Sorry, boss. We haven't yet sold off what we've produced. Check back later and I'll have your money.
Vincent,
careful
are
out
you
in the
screwing me,
sands.
buddy? Flashing.
I knew someone would come. They all said we were as good as dead, but I held out hope. I don't know why. Never had any reason to hope before. So what's your story? Grave robber? Treasure hunter? Or like us, a refugee in search of shelter? The name fits. We didn't have an easy life when we farmed the fields below Culm, but it was nothing like this. If the bandits don't get you, the starvation will. Oma Vogard was Kuln's primary hunter, but it wasn't long after the Tuatha attack that his hands gave out. Now he can't even hold a bow without shaking. I took over his job, and his heart. I tend to stalk my prey as opposed to shoot it. Something about looking it in the eye before it dies. There's respect in that. He is my beloved. Yes, there is a difference in our ages, but I believe that Omer's experiences have given him a lust for life, one to rival a man with half his years. I don't know much about Oriator, but what they taught in the village schoolhouse before it was burned down. He was a war hero. Gallifore Fields, I'd gather. We probably could have sought refuge in Rathir, but there is no way that Dokkalthar would have allowed us to stay. But if we don't belong there, where do we belong? You did? Well, here I was about to start complaining about them. We've been trapped down here for days, unable to get past those blades, and you simply walk in and disable them, just like that. I'm impressed. I'll say thanks, but the person you're really going to want to talk to is Oma. He'd move mountains to find me. Come along now. The others are waiting back at camp. Bye.
We were doomed. I knew I shouldn't have followed Lyra. She's always running off her adventures with no thought. I thought we were doomed. At last! I don't know what Oma Vogard...
You're a welcome sight. A minute more and I'd be joining our friends on the hill here. Thanks for the assistance. I just figured everyone out here in the Forsaken Plain was either a refugee or one of the freemen. Looks like I was wrong. I don't mind it as much as most, but I was raised in Detir, so I can handle the heat. Can't stand the bandits, though. It's impossible to get a decent night's sleep. Not all of us are from the village of Colm. We come from all along the Tuili coast. Farmers and merchants, veterans and scholars. The Tuatha have put our possessions to the flame, but we will never accept defeat. Not so long as leaders like Lord Crass and Elrod Edmund act as our standard bearers. I'm a refugee, like the others in the tents. It's a desperate place. People will do anything to see the next morning. Steal, kill, you name it. You've got to watch your step in the Forsaken Plain. For every cave holds a bandit. Every refugee might be a cheat out to swindle us all. The freemen are especially fierce. For they're fighting not for the take, but for their very survival. Not so different than you or I, they are. Actually, I'm a bit ashamed to say. I'm searching for a grave. But not just any grave. The last resting place of Azo Raymond, richest of the Tuili merchants. They say he died early in the march west, claimed by the Forsaken Plain. Rumor has it he's buried with the famous rings of Azo. I could live a year on those. I'm glad to hear it. There's plenty of ground to cover between here and Rathir to the north, and another pair of eyes will be a huge advantage. Most of the graves are along the refugee route, usually surrounded by crude markings or gestures left by loved ones. It's a pity they couldn't do more. I heard Azo profited greatly from the war in the east, but that he was forced from his home when the Tuatha plundered Erathell. He moved west with the refugees. But the Forsaken Plain is no place for fat, wealthy merchants. They say he died quickly, with not a soul to mourn him. If I knew, I wouldn't be hiking all over this hill, reading names on worn gravestones. With my luck, it's on the other side of the Forsaken Plain. Bye.
I knew I could count on you to bring her back. I could see it in your eyes. A spark of recognition. With a love too. Or did at one point, you know. There is no thanks worthy of this deed. You were entitled to something. I was a hunter once. Those days are finished. Yours, it seems, are just beginning. You'd best leave.
We would have been lost without Elrod.
Welcome. I know our little camp doesn't look like much, but it's home. After all, what is home but a place where people love you? I am Lord Crass, heir to Dolve Arn, and soon to be mayor of New Culm. It is no place for these people. I've seen many sorrowful sights in my travels abroad, and nothing could have prepared me for the suffering I've witnessed here. If what they say is true, then the Forsaken Plain is truly cursed. Only the Fae could have spoiled a place so utterly. To them, death is just a new beginning. My cousin Cliath Arn abandoned Dolve Arn for a life of waste and frivolity in Rathir. When the war began, I was forced to hand everything over to the Alfar army, except Erlich here. I will return one day. It is my birthright. The war took everything these poor folk possessed. Their farms, their families, their future. Now they search for hope in a hopeless land. At Dolve Arn, I was born into wealth, into prestige, and I took it for granted. That is why I've devoted myself to raising these good people up. Out here? No, I have not seen any Tuatha on this long, treacherous road. However, there are plenty of other dangers to avoid. Trust me. Bandits prowl the high cliffs to the east, and there is talk of spies among the refugees. But I am not one to heed rumors and suspicions. Ah, I'm glad you asked. The village of Culm was a place of peace, of prosperity. Now it is little more than ashes and bones. But by burning our homes, the Tuatha have kindled in us a fire for survival. We will build a new Culm. All I need is the gold to support this bold undertaking, possibly by retrieving the treasures of Culm. Care to help? There are many valuables, but only a chosen few will fetch the kind of gold we need to begin construction. A painting, an urn, a box, and some jewelry. A nobler soul I've never met. Now, here is what I intend to do, because like all good leaders, I have a plan. My plan involves the treasures of Culm. The people of this good village were not mere farmers, but members of the highest strata. Their collection of valuables was truly second to none. To safeguard those possessions, and because many proved cumbersome on this long journey, they hid them. I want you to bring them to me. Sadly, we will need to sell them. The items are in Bitter Cove, east of here near the hills. It was deserted when we spent the night there, but I fear it's been occupied since then. Goodbye.
There are spies among us. I am certain.
Stop staring at me, I didn't do anything. I don't care where we are. All I care about is finding someplace to call home.
So they can keep their blasted battle, their glory.
I just want a decent night's sleep. I was a seamstress who made nets for the coastal fishermen. My hands may be callous, but they're strong. Few of us had even spoken to each other before the Tuatha came, but tragedy has a way of throwing disparate souls together. Bye.
That's good.
Remarkable. The treasures of Culm. They are more beautiful than I remember. This is truly an achievement, one that will shape the days to come, I promise you. You will have it, as you deserve something equal to the great service you have done me and the refugees. I have acquired many tools and weapons during this long journey west. I have set them aside to use in constructing New Culm, but I now offer them to you. You are welcome to one item from my private hoard as thanks. Erlich will accompany you, of course. His spear may come in handy along the way. Goodbye.
Aw, man, I'm not worried about it. I do this for fun. I have fun doing it.
Well, here we are. It's time to get started. And by that I mean I'm supposed to kill you, here, away from the eyes of the refugees.
Well, obviously.
As you've probably guessed, there is no reward. There never was. Kras is probably halfway to Erathell by now. Never trust nobles, my friend, even false ones. Now, I'm not in the mood for killing at the moment, but orders are orders. I suppose you're right. He never did treat me well, tricky fellow. You know what? You go and give him a scare. Bloated fool deserves it.
Oh, of course it's gonna hit the heel. How are you gonna come? Well, this clearly was not a good scene. Alright. So old dude's heading for Thier. I'm heading this. Actually. Step back. Pose. Look at all this artwork strewn around. There's a bobblehead.
The Great Cycle brought powerful magic to Amalur. The arcane veil begat King Issa's reign, and all things in balance, also its destruction. The seasons passed, the summer wilted into autumn, and Lord Olm culled his strength. King Issa's sway receded as does the shade at noon. The Feylands rested from their sprouting, and a haze of indolence silenced the woods. When the winter moon waned, it began. A terrible thunder rolled across the darkened plains of Erathell.
Come on, guys.
The jagged cliffs, angles meeting the swollen sea, treacherous to the ungainly Alfar, was the homeland our people took. I have seen the places upon the hillside our ancestors forged from sea-sculpted stone. Erathell, the bluffs of Twili, were settled near the light of the heavens that glittered brightest, gazing towards Lyria's teardrop, the earth's steeple rising to meet her magnificence.
It is not gonna let me loot him. Oh, maybe it's because I'm still in combat. Nope. Justin. Oh, just look. Actually, before I go dungeon, might as well clear out the bags real quick.
What do you need today? Come see me again.
up in there. Alright, that's absolute. Gotta go around anyway.
These walls are grown, are built of stone. Lovingly this place was crafted. You see the lights, the mystic halls of ordered reality? They are the faces of the missing, the embodied truth of the lost souls. There are so many of them. Still, you can see them. They are like pathetic charades, some with good intentions, and you can't fault them that, but the majority of them are just a hoax. Needless to say, I don't like it here. You could have stayed free and lived a comfortable life, but you couldn't settle the disquiet that haunts people like you.
welcome.
Doing, guy?
Hello there. Out enjoying a walk in the ruins? You'd better keep your blade nearby. Of course, the cradle, an incredible setting, so rich in its magical history. I was there months ago searching for artifacts, but only came across a few random wand components and a reagent or two. Nothing fantastic, but definitely worth the trip. Of course, I was there months ago, sir. I am a student of the world, my friend. The world. One cannot learn what he wishes to know from books and recipes. No, he must search the countryside for answers. Look around you. This ruin holds knowledge so deep that no one man will glean it. But that will not keep Erion Raff from trying. Ha! An incredible region. One that begs to be studied. Where else can one truly get a sense of the withering war and its dramatic effects on our world? It is endlessly fascinating. We have nothing like it in all our long histories. The Fae are singular in their abhorrence of warfare. It's what makes them unique. Be well.
Alrighty. Load still didn't fix that. I mean, it's a known bug, but normally reloads fix those items. Missing icon. Or raise the difficulty.
That does not seem so strange. I'm sure there are many people who in their youth had a similar experience, but of course I am leaving something out. I mentioned the unrest in my soul. I know it intimately. When I was young, I was visited by something unlike anything else of this world. It was an ephemeral, ghostly thing. I called it a divine spirit, for I had no better word to describe it. This thing was not fey, but possessed a timelessness like one. It glowed with an aura of magic about it, but I was not afraid, for a serene peace was born on the countenance of this divine spirit.
Text was a little out of sync there. And I'll come. That's the next. Went close. Not gonna let me look at that person.
From the naked dirt sprang the Majestics, the firstborn of the wilds of Ashara. Around them, they heard the song of splendor of a once and future summer, and they responded, and the earth moved. The carver shaped, the architect built, and the shaper composed.
Yes? Bother
What are you
me
doing
later
out here,
if you
guy?
can wait that long. I'm not selling right now. Too busy. I was a soldier once, in the years before the Crystal War. I saw many die at Gallifore Fields. You could say I learned my lesson. Never heard of such a fellow. I'm here as a recruiter for the Alfar army. My superiors believe there's still fresh blood to be wrung from the Forsaken Plain. They're wrong, of course. Let's just say I'm glad I'm not one of them. War is harsh on many people in many ways. Those of us who can avoid the suffering should. Good riddance.
Well. Cradle of Summer here. I guess the fastest way would I needed to.
Help me, please. I've been robbed. The rogue stabbed me, made off with my belongings. Blast! I can't believe I lost the amulet.
Damn, Freeman. We refugees are an easy target. There's little we can do to defend ourselves.
Dude, you are legit squirting blood from your throat. There are other things you need to worry about than some amulet.
I am a refugee heading west from the Tawili coast. A grieving son leaving his dead mother behind. To think there is scum that would steal a man's sole inheritance. They should be ashamed of themselves. With all they have, the least they can do is spare a little extra for the dying. We're not bad people, just unlucky. Haven't you heard? The Tuatha have moved raiding parties inland. They've sacked homes all along the coast. Farms burned, whole families killed. Those of us that have survived are moving west, hoping the Summer Fae will provide a safe haven. The last hope for the hopeless. It was an item of much sentimental value. It had a name. The Heir of Barnabas. No, the Eye of Sunspar. It was something ridiculous.
You don't actually know the name of the amulet stolen from you.
Exactly, but sly enough to cut a living out of this dried and dusty wasteland. You never know where they're going to strike next. He came from the cliffs. A bandit, I think. Stabbed me in the back, then made off with my satchel in his hand, and a wicked smile on his face. My mother's prized amulet is gone. A kind woman's last gift to her devoted son. I am in no condition to give chase. Will you help me?
Yeah, man, this guy's
I don't
lying.
know. It looked like one of the bandits that prey on us poor refugees. That amulet could fetch a fair sum. So I am. What of it? My treacherous partner stuck me when my back was turned. First he nicked me, then he nicked my bag. Not like it matters. If you bring that amulet, I'll pay you for it. It's that simple. Mine or not, I intend to have that prize. Don't insult me. You know damn well who I am, and what I've done. I'm surprised Immundus's wrinkled old head had enough sense left to tell you. So, old Immundus knows what happened. Well, I don't have the amulet. Gelt does.
He took it from me. In exchange, he left his dagger in my shoulder.
Well,
Hurry.
kind of
There
wish I
isn't
could
much
kill you.
time.
This take me.
Departing their home beyond the veil, the firstborn were torn asunder, with a cry that still lingers in the heart of every god tree and mountain. Then emptiness, followed by a darkening sky, and the frost wept with the first winter. The Shaper bequeathed her music to the countryside of marbled ruin. The plains birthed the gentle grass. Listless streams meandered through the verdant hills and babbled of their gentle travel to the face of the windswept cliffs. Thus the symphony of Erathell began. Look to these open plains, nestled where mire and rocky deserts cease, where the hungry forests end. In the bosom of the Feylands, these fields are home to the languid sky. This work, shaped by the delicate artistry of an inspired painter, is for all the peoples of all lands.
Obviously a way to get up there. Oh, you know what? Gonna be... Ooh, I should have saved that for this big ass group. Still, not a problem. Alchemy book. We'll take that. Actually, you know what? I should. Oh, you know what? I should have saved it. Should have saved it and then found the basic alchemy. I could have. I was still at 3. Oh, you know what? I was wrong. Wasn't through the dungeon. Oh, where's the Lady of the Lake? Fire damage, fire resist, and health. Terrible, I guess. The health. Not giving up 20 damage and 6 crit chance. Just give
Hi. Oh, hello. Lovely weather. Have you spotted any sativa fiber? It's okay if you haven't. I'll keep looking. Lovely weather. I've always felt a kinship with the flora of the plains. Do you? Can you feel them break the soil with their stems, their muse of thirst on the driest of days? I do. There is no richer region for reagents in all of Amalur. They say this is where the summer fae first rose from the earth. I find the fae very odd. How about you? I
Find
use
you
it in
odd.
potions to protect the corporeal form, to ensure health and longevity. It also makes a pretty decent aphrodisiac. That's something you're interested in.
Oh, we know you are.
Leela Janik, didn't you know? I thought that's why you were speaking to me. I collect plants to sell, to mix, to eat. Some of them I haven't figured out what to do with yet. What I'd love is some sativa fiber, fresh and unpicked. There's a patch of it, but the spiders won't let me near. Oh, hello. Did you just get here? Why wouldn't I want it? I've been chewing it since I was a child. It's what makes me impervious to harm. I'm completely indestructible, in case you hadn't noticed. If you can help me get that sativa, then I will be sure to give you a discount on all my alchemical goods. My sister Molly is a trainer. She'll drop her prices too, I promise. Don't do it on my account.
Oh man, this girl
The
is
Cradle of
wacko.
Summer will provide. They have a nest in one of the small crevices at the foot of the cliffs. You'll know it by all the corpses. Oh, bye.
It is from this tale that you mortals create myths. There were many battles, many losses, many victories. The Tempest spared no one. Your ancestors hid as the ground trembled under the gathered armies of Lord Ulm. They whispered tales of the radiant Issa, striking the winter Fae like lightning tearing through the clouds. It was everything you know of.
I really wish that it at least created like a temporary crater effect.
Hi. Oh, hello. I'm still here. Yeah. Oh, bye.
Alright, guy, please be a good guy. Give me a chance to kill the other guy.
Thank the gods. Someone's come for me at last. Yes, I am the scoundrel you're looking for. Yes, I stabbed my partner in the back. Do with me what you like. Just please, please take the amulet. It's yours.
I already like you.
It's terrible. Fire, ice, lightning. You will see. Yes, and I am a thief. Never had a spot of good luck. but taking what belongs to others doesn't make me a bad man, just a weak one.
No, it makes you a bad one.
He lives in a mare. Pompous blowhard going on about his artifact collection to any who would listen. Name's Immundus. Wayne Immundus. Edwin. He was my partner, and a good one. But soon as I saw the amulet, I had to have it. Stabbed Edwin, took the goods. You can say I paid for my treachery. I've trekked here for several days and nights in search of Sill Hollow, but I've yet to find it. I can't say I'm comfortable here. Too many Fae, too much magic. It is ancient, they say, as old as the cradle of summer itself. Armen the Clever calls it his home, even though no one has reported seeing Armen for centuries. I'll tell you why. This Fae trinket belonged to Armen the Clever, and it's cursed. Like most, I considered it an old traveler's story. Now I'm a believer. It's real. I have the scars to prove it. Your only hope is to give it away, or to travel to Armen's Hollow, in hopes you can remove the curse, which is why I'm here. Please, take the amulet. I am so weak. I cannot withstand its influence. If I possess it any longer, I will surely die. Perhaps the most treacherous and playful Fae ever to walk the green lands of the Summer Court. Evidence of his trickery can be found all over the Faelands. Armen's Hollow of Sill is not far, right here in the Cradle of Summer. That's where I'm headed now. It is my salvation. Legend says that Armen crafted it by combining lightning, fire, and frost, an arcane trick he stole from the Scholia Arcana. All I know is what I've seen. Once that amulet is in your possession, it will torture you. Only the strongest can withstand its punishment. Only one such as you.
Oh, what a suck up.
What a relief.
I'll go ahead and take
You have no
it.
idea how long I've been trying to abandon that damn thing. In order to be rid of its curse, you must take the amulet to Armen's Hollow of Sill and cleanse it. Armen wishes to make you enter his lair and face its many dangers. But once you've done that, the amulet is yours to keep. If you ask me, it's a high price to pay for a rather dull trinket. Goodbye.
Alright, did it actually give me a negative effect though? Oh yeah, okay. Armen's Thunderous Rage. Each time you struck an enemy, there's a oh well. Seems I need to go ahead and get rid of this thing. Bye. Actually. There's a hidden door here. Maybe it's on the other side. Check it out. Here's mere hammer. What? Hitting me with cross bolts and I can't get him. Oh my god. 90% chance and you failed twice. Man, that sucks. Holy cow. Man. That is luck. Oh man. I shouldn't have actually tried to do that. That was my fault. I should have just followed up with Flame Ward. Flame Mark. One time I don't make a safety save for Dispel, at 90% it blows up on me after 2 tries. Man, that is bad RNG. Okay. So why would I go through the hassle of decursing this amulet just to give it back to this guy? That doesn't make sense. I would not do that.
Are you one of the intruders? One of the children of the dust? What else can we possibly give you that you haven't already taken?
I'm the Queen
The
of
Cradle
Ballads.
of Summer is not a flower for the plucking. For many seasons, we have protected this sacred space from the darkening influence of the mortal world. For it is here where we Summer Fae first set foot in Amalur. But with the rise of the Tuatha, the magical barriers protecting the Cradle of Summer have weakened. If this continues, nothing is safe from the blight of winter. I am Kala, guardian of the Cradle. Terenia and I safeguard what has never needed protecting, until now. With our weakening magic, the Fae must tend to our own. Mortals, children of the dust. Those who seek only to steal the treasures of the land from which we sprung, to end the deep slumber. Mortals, like you, who seek to bend nature to their will, to make it bow before them as a servant, not embrace it as a guide and mother. Mortals, thieves, liars, and weaklings. They have stolen items of great power. They have stolen the 3 staffs.
Fight me, bro.
They are Rivener Tarsus, Gloamfrost, and Ender's Fire. 3 incredible weapons forged to end a war that was threatening to engulf your mortal world. Such prizes, such items of power and importance cannot be kept in the open, and so they were hidden here. That is, until the intruders took them. A child of the dust wishes to help the cycle, where there is no precedent. If you truly wish to assist those of us in the deep slumber, you are welcome to. The 3 staffs were stolen from Sill Hollow and destroyed by the thieves who did not comprehend their power or their value. I heard their dying screams. The pieces must be recovered and the staffs must be reforged. If you can do this, you are more worthy of the cradle than I could imagine, but likely you will not. It is the most powerful form of Fey reverie, a connection between our people and our birthplace of Ashara, the realm from which all magic is born. We in the Cradle of Summer slumber to protect this sacred place. We draw energy from our homeland and use it to maintain the barriers that keep out the beasts and men. They were wielded during the long twilight of the Withering War. Those 3 weapons uprooted mountains and left the lush plain forsaken. They are the lightning, the fire, and the ice. They are precious. While their magic has weakened in these fell lands, they are still cherished and must be returned. It is for those answers that I seek the wisdom of the slumber. For it is in its reverie where I will learn the whereabouts of these thieves, Wrath, Purta, and Hagni. May your gods be with you.
+1 to my. Back to her.
My, you've gone and killed the spiders. How grand, how very grand. Normally I don't condone the killing of innocent creatures, but those are so creepy. You are too kind. From now on, you are considered a valued customer to all the Janiks. Everything is cheaper for the Spider Slayer. That is your name, isn't it?
No, not at all.
So long.
Alright, so I'll go back and turn in these.
How would Grimes say? You're accepted here to this keep. The Saken Plains contract takes a particular sort to pull a ring out of a grave like that. Here's your pay. Wait, have you washed your hands? You've all the scrolls then? Good. Nasty thieves, them kobolds. Here's your gold then. Good day.
Just need to start stuffing points in so I can get to 109. I don't want to give it to you. I give it back to the other cat.
What do you want? I'm in the midst of a personal crisis and I wish not to be disturbed. Damn freemen. You must be joking. I did some business with Azo before the war through correspondence. He was a terrible miser and a cheat. This village was once a bustling crossroads for traders and dealers in the arcane. However, in recent years, it has become a barren outpost for the ignorant. Disgusting, sweaty, pathetic things. Do not misunderstand me. I have sympathy for the wretched, but only if they're far from my doorstep. One must keep an eye on every possession since the freemen began to terrorize the plain. Some dare to enter the village even with the militia outside. I am W. Mundus, owner of Oddities and Curios by W. Mundus. I have lived in their village for nearly 1 year. I detest it, and don't get me started on the Alpha. My stolen amulet, and stripped of its pesky curse. Beautiful, isn't it? Now that it won't kill you, that is. Hand it over. I can offer you riches, my friend. Gold. And what is better than that? Anything your heart desires in this world can be purchased. Ah, justice. Yes, I believe you will go far in our world, ragged and raging as it is. As for those two knaves, I suspect they will meet with a gallows soon enough. Goodbye.
Received ring. You really straight up just gave me a copper ring. Imbued, so a simple band of copper imbued with magic. Okay. Rain.
Ah, my
You got any
heroic
skills?
benefit. Goodbye.
You ain't got shit. Alright. Telling me you ain't getting shit.
It's you. I've got a feeling you pocketed that amulet for yourself, friend. Fine move, very crafty. But bad acts catch up to folks. I'm a perfect example. Bye.
Oh, you know what? I actually have this quest here too. Huh. Oh, it's around the corner. What I should do. I'm using that much. I think that slows.
You're in my path, stranger. I ask that you step aside before I cast you off the cliffs.
No, we're not on a cliff.
That's laughable. I don't know you. I don't trust you. And I don't like the looks of you. I'm plagued by visions of what your kind call the future. A telling beyond the present. It is all because of this new god. She clouds my thoughts, confuses me. Mortals are fond of tricks, and tricks I will not stand. This is my time. The whispers tell me so. I hold it as dear as any fae, but my time had come. However, I took a piece of the cradle with me, a part of a weapon I was meant to protect. I'd earned that right. Can't you feel it? Ever since the Withering War, this stretch of earth has been enchanted. Some prefer to call it cursed, but I see all of this magic as a blessing. I walk the broken hills and ravines, searching for the answers to this question. What lies across the sea? Who is calling me with her
Yeah,
fiery
the
breath
mark
and
is
knowing
extremely
whisper?
strong. But I like Meteor because Meteor, once you cast it, you can't be interrupted.
I was once part of the deep slumber, but wished to depart the dreaming to pursue something that is more familiar to mortals like you.
And the targeting
Ambition.
system
For
in
seasons, I dwelled in the cradle of summer.
in this
as
game
is, my role in
is
the
very
telling.
fickle.
But something called to me
You
from
have no
beyond
real
the
control
sea.
over who you're
A
going to
whisper
target.
of power and corruption. I fought our winter court enemies right
Sometimes
here
you'll
on
still
this
be
soil.
tracking a mob that
But it
goes
was
off
all in
screen
vain.
when trying
The
to focus
seasons
on
pass as they always have, and
another
always will.
enemy.
There is no ending the
Where
winter.
Meteor just hits everything.
How many times must I tell you to depart? You do not wish to feel my wrath, mortal. Be gone. Speak your intentions or leave me be. How many
Look at that
times
staff.
must I tell you to depart? Be gone.
Guess that I can just kill her. Or
Speak
get
your
her.
intentions or leave me be. Go on.
What I should have done was I should have saved me.
Welcome. Care to join me in my work? You look like you could use a few moments of quiet reflection. This warped old rod? I can't imagine why you'd have any interest in it. It's a patchwork piece, cobbled together from bits and bobs. However, I did invest many hours of my life in its construction. My hands still bear the calluses. I would part with it for a price. I couldn't have parted with it for any less, you understand. A man's handiwork is still worth something. Enjoy the peace, and good day. Goodbye, then.
Ah, come on. Yep, she's gonna turn right on me and face me.
guards! Guard!
Doing Jaeger. Up here? No?
Just give me a straight answer. Is the General still in the cradle of summer?
She is for as much good as it'll do her. But the cards don't lie. She'll never get that door open. Fate says it's so.
Yes. Well, then I suppose we'll just have to change fate, won't we?
Oh, I know how to do that. I can do that.
You with that Docklefar woman? Well, between you and me, I think she might be a bit off her head. That's what the cards say, at any rate. Don't know much about it, really. I'm not from here, I'm just passing through.
You're literally the furthest away
If you've
from
got
where
a knack
you
for
be from
it,
anywhere.
there's a living to be scratched out of fate weaving. Farmers like to know their yields in advance, at least. Nasty out there. But with Freeman plaguing the roads south, there's not much safer travel to be had. Cold comfort. Pleasant travels.
Thank you for coming all this way. I don't know if you heard that, but it sounds as if General Talera is still here in exile. For all but losing the fortress of Melsenshire. Long ago, Talera led our forces, but then the Tuatha produced a foe she could not best. Her forces barely survived the retreat out of Cluracan. Many blamed her for the loss, to have built up hopes so high, only to have them topple. That was Talera's crime, and she has paid for it. day after day. You're as quick as ever. Talera is in the cradle of summer, banished from the battlefields of Mel Senshir until she can atone for her past. According to the Fate Weaver here, she seeks an artifact from Ural Tusk that might break the siege and aid our forces. But she cannot do so alone, for poor Talera is fated never to succeed. That is where you can help. In a hidden valley, northwest of the plains of Erathell, the ruins of Ural Tusk lie undisturbed, as they have for many centuries. What Talera wants there is beyond me, but I trust her, even if it goes against my better judgment. The Fae of House Vengeance has always embraced their anger. Before Gadflow, they accepted it and controlled it. Now they wield it like a pair of swords. When mortals were welcomed into the Feylands, Vengeance already despised us as interlopers. When Gadflow declared war, they were already on his side. Last I heard, General Talera was somewhere in northern Erathell, searching for a way to turn the tide of the war. I think she took a squad to Urltusk. You should be just what the general's looking for.
Isn't it a glorious day, as if Helios himself warms us with a smile? To what do I owe this courtesy? I only have a few moments to spare. The Godstorm awaits my return, and it doesn't like to wait. The name doesn't shake loose any memories. Was he a writer too? I have never laid my gaze upon it. Such a thing would not be proper. I am a dustling, a child of death. The cradle of summer must not be sullied by my taint.
I'm pretty sure that one of the guys that does the voice acting in this game also did like the lore guy in Final Fantasy X.
It is a good place to find the peace I need to complete my work, although the refugees have certainly slowed progress. I am not one for the cacophony of any kind. I don't know how the Fae in the Cradle of Summer can stand having us so near. Our mortal din is far too distracting, even for me.
White Schultz. Our track First Contact, the 18th sign, Fallout 70. Middle Earth, Shadow of War, XCOM, Barbie, Starlight Adventure. Aw man, Warcraft. And a lot of and a lot of video games though.
I was born in the city of Rathir, an orphan of the Wending. One day, I stumbled upon the Scholia Arcana library, and I found new life.
I really need to do that quest line. I know I need to betray the Warsworn.
My advice to them would be to gain some perspective. Villages
The
grow
Arcana.
and burn. There is only one event that is worth our attention, and that is the Godstorm. Of course, I don't typically prefer the company of others. Take the leader of these refugees, for example. Master Elrod Edmund. Gruff, coarse, not a pleasantry in sight. You didn't. I've been scouring the Forsaken Plain for such documents, but an old man can only stand the hot sun for so long. If you can bring me the rest of that research, I will compensate you accordingly. I am only days from completing the definitive work on the Godstorm, but I need those papers. Never have I been blessed with such good fortune. They are lost to the ages, I'm afraid. Mines such as Awald and Callus are rare. I suspect that their works have been spread across the plains. Athene's wisdom be yours.
See. Ice damage. Bad that I know these better. But I mean, I guess if I could go together that and that has fire damage, we'll see. I think the best option is for me to craft what I need. So.
Oh, hello. I don't recognize your face. Strangers are somewhat scarce in a village like this one. Good day. I am Anchor Edmure, scholar and novice sagecrafter. Of course, I may not be a novice much longer. Not after the Scholia Arcana reads my latest discoveries. I have lived in a mare for many years, uneventfully so. But recent events have led me to believe that my time here is all part of a greater destiny. You see, my apprentice Donald and I have noticed strange weather patterns that occur only in the Forsaken Plain. We don't have answers yet, but we will. Very few have noticed, but the temperature around the Forsaken Plain is dropping. It's so slight that you wouldn't even feel the chill unless you knew to expect it. I don't know the cause of this phenomenon, but I'm sure whatever it is will greatly interest the Scholia Arcana. I follow the strains of magic to this spot, across fields and forests and over sea and stone. There's a great power resting beneath them air. It's ancient, wild. They are the supreme authorities on magic, and for years I have petitioned them for membership. Unfortunately, they have yet to recognize my scholarship. Until we meet again.
Probably make a safety save. Why's everybody got farmer clothes? This isn't a farm. These are all scholars. In a regen. Really don't think that that's better than my. Oh yeah, but it's 20 damage, 6 crit chance. Not really having mana issues. 20% damage during the day wouldn't be so bad. Persuasion's not really. I'll keep it for the persuasion though, because I don't think I have a neck that has persuasion on it. So if I know that I need to make a check, yeah, I'll keep it just for the persuasion.
May I help you? Goodbye.
Actually, not doing it. I might make a check.
What do you want? There is very little of interest to know about me. I'm a simple scholar. I am here for the serenity, the quiet. It took much gold to secure a permanent residence here, and for reassurances that there would be few questions. They are poor creatures. I pity them, as should you. Where did you hear that name? The man you speak of is dead, and all of his wealth has died with him. I told you, I don't know the man. Enough. You're persistent, I understand. What do you want? I want no part of that old life. Not the gold, not the reputation, not the worry. I made that false grave because I was tired of people hounding me for salvation. Wish to know where my money is? I'll tell you. It's gone. all gone. All I have left are my family rings. I just want to be left alone, to start over. Can't you appreciate that? Please, show me some mercy.
Yeah, I knew I needed to make a check.
So it's blackmail then?
Okay.
My new life is worth more than any jewelry. You should learn that now, lest they try to put a knife in your back. Goodbye.
I've got more to do with you, guy.
What do you want? He was my gardener. When the Tuatha killed him, I decided to take his name. It was the only thing he had that belonged to him. Perhaps he lives on now because of me. Goodbye.
Oh, okay, it's the staff right there. Wait, what? Right, I gotta salvage the... I'll need extra. Alright, so salvage them. Oh. Okay, so I guess I make each dowels. All I need. Matter what the stats are on them?
Stay out of trouble.
Hello. I'm just about ready to give up. Tell me, have you heard any news of Britt Hagney or his final resting place? Great Mithoru! You're even more dazzling than I dared hope. You could have kept them, but you didn't. You are a friend of the Forsaken Plain refugees, and to me. Please, it is paltry, but accept this as thanks. May the Authority watch over you all of your days.
What is it now? I've told you before and I'll tell you again. We will leave when there is someplace else for us to go. Tell your friends in Emer that as long as the Tuatha burn our homes, we'll keep searching for a place to settle. I was raised in Kol and spent my summers fishing the Tuili coast. And when the war came, I threw my lot in with General Talera. May she forgive herself.
Don't worry, I'm gonna go
claim
find
to be
her.
low on supplies, to be unable to spare even the smallest charity. But I know better. I have seen. Unlike us, they have everything they need, and more. Here we are safe from the Fae, all of them. We are simple people. We don't wish to be pawns in the games of immortals, summer or winter. As for Emer, the villagers have made it very clear that we're not welcome. There would be more understanding if they had endured our hardships. I saw them with my own eyes, and I know Tuatha killed my fair share in the war. I am Elrod Edmund, leader of this pathetic band of ragmen. We come from the farms of the Tuili coast. Go there now, and you will find only ruin. The Tuatha raiding parties terrorized us where we were safest. At home. There are spies among us, my friend, and they must be rooted out. Will you help me? Kill them. What else? I would do it
Well,
myself,
I like killing
but I
shit.
must lead my people. They have no hope left to speak of. My strength is all they have.
What was his name? Crumbopulous Bobble or whatever from Rick and Morty? I love killing.
Fine. Then we shall be discreet. There are 3 whom I suspect of scouting for the Tuatha. They are paid in gold. There is no record of their actions. Onred Amphast is posing as a military recruiter, while Froma and Nag are both residents of our camps in the plain. Be careful. Consider all of them well connected. Be swift. Be merciless.
Well, I know where that dude is.
Onred lurks in the shade of the Forsaken Plain mostly. Try a mare, or the West Phalanx. Froma and Nag are likely in one of the refugee camps to the east. Good luck.
I'm a charging my fireball. Oh my god. Can't step over those leaves. Mighty powerful leaves. Alright. After. Oh, he's actually walking.
I am on official business. Unless you've been sent by the Alfar army, we have no reason to speak. Ask anyone and you'll get the same answer. They're animals. They care nothing for the mortal races. We're just dust to them. I'd like to see you prove that. Goodbye, my friend. I don't feel like talking about the Tuatha anymore. Enough! Keep your voice down! You're right. I'm a scoundrel and a coward. But you would have done the same thing. Give me a chance to make it right. You have my word, as a father. My informing days are over. Good riddance.
Have my word as a father. I mean, as a father to begin with? Alright, this is the chick. Yeah, she's pissed off at everything out here.
What do you want? Do you always approach strangers out in the wild? It's a bad habit, to be sure. What kind of question is that?
Want me to yell at you
Do you want
across
to know
the
about the
plains?
Tuatha? Go back to Tawili. Gaze at the fires that never cease. There's your education. What was I supposed to do? The Tuatha will sow terror far beyond Tawili to the depths of Dalantarth if they can. I only did it for the money. But I will never do it again, you have my word. Spare me, please. Bye.
Stop staring at me. I'm not doing anything strange. You're the outsider here. I worked in my uncle's granary. I hated it, but I guess that doesn't matter now. I'll take the little gold I have left and start my own business. Someplace safe, I hope. I'm just here. What do you want me to say? My farm was burned just like everyone else's. They had farms in Culm, right?
Clearly not a farmer.
Tuatha? Are you mad? The only thing I know about the Tuatha is how they killed my cousins and put my granary to the torch. Who told you? Was it Froma? I knew she was weak. I need the gold, okay? The Tuatha took everything. The least I can do is take their money. Listen, spare me and I'll leave. Disappear. Just go where they can never find me. That's a promise. Goodbye.
Welcome.
Good day, traveler. Hi.
The road has been long for you, my friend. You wear the dust of a job well done. I thank you. The people of the Tawili coast thank you. I have seen much savagery on the eastern shores. May it stay there, where blood fills the boots of the fallen. We all do our part. You have done yours. Stay vigilant.
Alrighty. Agents planted.
They were the harbingers of the fall, these children of dust. And they lit the forest with their fires, and then split it with their blades. We crept back, shapeless in the darkness, silent in the trees. The shadows are few in this age of mortals. The light beckons.
Lovely day, isn't it?
Do I actually have to add components on it? I mean, I'm turning them in. Actually, you know what? Since I am fire, I might as well. The staff that I have is still better than it. I don't want to waste good mats. Okay, so I just need to just craft anything.
The deep slumber predicted your coming, as it did many things about you. You were meant to find the stars, to reforge them, and ultimately to keep them. Those of my kind do not flinch from the winter, but the nights grow exceptionally cold and the air holds the stench of decay. Mortals,
Sadly,
it
the fire
seems, will
staff, I don't think
outlast us
I could have
all.
made it better than what I currently
Take the
have,
staffs,
which I got
wield them.
from
They have called you as they once called down the lightning and
Teeth
lit
and
the earth
Narrows
with
DLC.
fire. Do not lose heart on your perilous journey. Farewell.
Yeah, this has primal damage, crit hit damage, and fire, lightning, and ice damage. I use the staff for whenever I need to the primal damage. Alright, let's go find the general.
The summer begins here, O mortals. And when the final winter leaves its chill breath on the stones of your fathers and mothers, you will witness the end of days. And it will happen here, where it began, a peaceful death in the cradle.
Be careful around the general.
Hail! I am General Talera ap Gwydion, former commander of the Eastern Alpha Forces. Surely you're not the aide Aelin Shear promised. She spoke as if she planned to send a whole squad of soldiers, not one faceless mercenary. You have the bearing of one that's seen combat, but you never fought in the war, or you would know who I am. Once I was the commander of Mel Senshir, the Alpha Fortress to the east. I held back the Tuatha at every push before the Baelor came. Then everything fell to pieces. So, she is behind this. That woman. One too many times she's meddled in my affairs, making promises she never intends to keep. Well, perhaps it is for the best. The fewer people involved in my affairs, the better. You see, misfortune follows closely at my heels. It is the lot fate has cast for me. The Baelor is a thing of dread, a Niskaru lord that the Tuatha managed to coerce into fighting on their behalf. Against the Tuatha I had some success, but no ordinary weapon can best the Baelor. One must fight darkness with light.
Obviously, you could see R.A. Salvatore's handiwork here, especially being a D&D author.
We may be lofty, but we are not
Especially
weak.
with the Baylor.
Our land is cold and harsh, and we have long studied the noble arts of bow and blade. Across 1,000 battlefields, my spear paints a red masterpiece. Mel Senshir is the gateway into Cluracan, but it's been under siege ever since my defeat. I failed the city once. I can't fail them again. Earl Tusk, the tomb of the divine fang, the piercing light. With a weapon like that, I could rally the troops at Mel Senshir and perhaps redeem myself. They say the ruin is guarded by legions of Niskaro, led by a beast known as Azagal. Whether this is true or the stuff of legend, I don't know. 10 years ago, I served the Alpha armies, defending Cluracan and Mel Senshir from the Tuatha armies. Then, Witch Knight Malwyn led his Tuatha summoners against us. The fiends routed my soldiers at every turn. Now they've had Mel Senshir under siege for years, while I've been searching for a weapon to turn the tide. With Tuatha raiding parties along the shores, Rathir has the only port for safe passage across the strait. But after assisting Mel Senshir for so many years, the ruling council of Rathir is loath to offer more aid for what they see as a lost cause. The years have been long since I first learned of the means that might deliver Mel Senshir from the Tuatha. It lies in Earl Tusk, beyond a gate fated never to be opened, in a hall awash with Niskaru. Any who seek access to the ruin must face them. These ruins are said to be the resting place of the Piercing Light, a spear carved from the tusk of the Niskaru Duke, Gajor. The legends say it destroys any horror, in the mind or on the battlefield. No place is more deserving of such a power as Mel Senshir. For all my years of research, I've only ever found one clue to this puzzle: when the great voices rise in song. It may refer to the wind stones scattered across the plains. They bear a striking resemblance to the stones of this ruin, but that's simply me grasping at answers. Take this chime. It is said to have been taken from the ruin during its construction many centuries ago. I've tried using it on the windstones with no luck. The inscription says the gate will open when the great voices rise in song. I think this means the windstones that are spread across Erathell. There's one just a little to the south. Go there and strike this chime near it. I'll stay here to see if it has any effect. Long after the Erathi left our world, the mortals built these windstones to call them back down. I've never seen them work, but, as I said before, I'm not known for my good fortune. The windstones are located all across the plains.
Damn it. I'm on loop. Guy? Dude came out of fucking midfield. Like how you just stood there not helping me, General. Good job.
I can't believe it. The gate shifted? For all my efforts, you simply appear and make it respond. No, you've opened one part of the gate, but 4 more remain. You must find the wind stones scattered throughout the plains and activate them. I will remain here. The Niskara will sense that the seal is weakened. Someone must try to hold them back. Go sound the chime at each windstone in Erathell. That's the only way to open the gates. I'll stay here and fight any Niskara looking to sneak past.
Man, I gotta go all the way around here to do crap. Well, fuck. Error occurred, which has caused Streamlabs OBS to close. Don't worry, if you are streaming or recording, that is still happening in the background. Whenever you're ready, we can relaunch the application. However, this ends your recording session. Still happening. I'm just gonna